What do you think makes a story exciting or a description vivid? You got it right. It's the action words, the verbs. Verbs are the engine of any sentence. They're the driving force that propels the action forward, infusing your words with life and motion. Imagine them as the heartbeat of your story, keeping the rhythm steady and strong, or sometimes fast and thrilling. Now, there are three main types of verbs: action verbs, linking verbs, and helping verbs. Action verbs are those exciting words that show what's happening, like run, jump, or think. Linking verbs, on the other hand, connect the subject of a sentence to more information about it. They're the bridges of our sentences, words like is, am, or were. And then we have helping verbs, the little helpers that work with main verbs to create different verb tenses or moods. Knowing your verbs is like having a magic wand that can make your stories come alive. Now, imagine you're a detective on a mission to spot the verbs. Are you ready? Picture yourself with your detective hat, magnifying glass, and a notepad. We're going on a verb hunt. Our first clue is a simple sentence. The dog barked loudly. Can you spot the verb? That's right. Barked is our verb. It tells us what action the dog is doing. Let's move on to our next clue. The sun is shining brightly. Can you find the verb? If you said shining, you've got it. The sun is performing the action of shining. Now let's increase the complexity a little. How about this sentence? The excited children were waiting eagerly for the school bus. This one might be a bit trickier. The verb here is we're waiting. It's a two-word verb, also known as a compound verb. It tells us what the excited children were doing. And for our final clue, the cat, startled by the noise, jumped onto the fence. Can you spot the verb? Well done if you found jumped. The cat is performing the action of jumping. Remember, verbs are action words. They tell us what is happening in a sentence. The more you practice, the better you'll get at spotting them. Great job, detectives! You've successfully completed your verb hunt. What if I told you that you could make your sentences even more interesting by choosing stronger verbs? Now, you might be wondering, what are stronger verbs? Well, they're verbs that are more specific and vivid. They paint a clearer picture in the reader's mind. Let's dive into some examples to understand this better. Let's take a simple sentence. The dog ran fast. The verb in this sentence is ran, which is okay, but it's a little vague and not very exciting. Now, let's give this sentence a verb makeover. How about we change ran to sprinted? So our new sentence becomes, the dog sprinted. Notice how the sentence is now more specific and exciting. Here's another example. The girl ate her lunch. The verb here is ate. It's a basic verb, but we can make it more interesting. What if we change ate to devoured? Now the sentence becomes, the girl devoured her lunch. Can you see how the sentence has become more engaging? Strong verbs can turn your ordinary sentences into extraordinary ones. They can make your stories more vibrant and your ideas more captivating. So when you're writing next time, remember to give your verbs a makeover. Turn walk into stroll, jump into leap, see into observe. See how much more exciting our sentences became with the use of strong verbs? You've learned so much about verbs today. Let's do a quick recap. We've journeyed through the fascinating world of verbs, those action-packed words that breathe life into our sentences. We've discovered that verbs are not just about doing, they're about showing. They paint vivid pictures in our minds, transforming ordinary sentences into extraordinary tales. We've hunted for verbs, finding them hiding in the corners of our everyday language. We've learned that not all verbs are created equal. Some are weak, merely doing their job without adding much flair. But then there are the strong verbs, the superheroes of the sentence world. They leap off the page, carrying the story on their capable shoulders. We've also given our sentences a verb makeover, swapping out tired, weak verbs for their stronger, more descriptive counterparts. And what a difference it has made. Now I challenge you to write a sentence using a strong verb. Remember, the stronger your verb, the more vivid your sentence. Happy writing.